Oh, did a race happen? I didn't notice. I was too busy trying to not fall asleep. God, I hate this package. What's up, everyone? Welcome back to another video. I'm sorry if I am extremely tired. I just spent the last 3 hours watching. I don't think this was a race. To me, this was practice, just with cautions and restarts. Wow. I mean, I'll be honest. The last 3 weeks, we've had 3 really good races. Okay, Richmond might be, I enjoyed it, but I can understand it might be questionable to some. But the past 3 races, Darlington, Richmond, Bristol, saw some 3 fun races those last 3 weeks. I kind of forgot how much I hated the 550 package. And this race reminded me on why I hate it so much with a burning passion and why it should be just burnt into existence. All right, it should just be shot into the stratosphere so that no one has to deal with it for the rest of human life. This might be the quickest review I've done in a long time. So yeah, I mean, it was weird because it started off with Larson dominating. I mean, first of all, you had Truex and Byron. They started at the rear of the race due to failing inspection multiple times. But up front, you had Kyle Larson, who started on pole. Ryan Blaney took the lead from him because he started alongside for the first 8 laps. Before then, Denny Hamlin took over on lap 9. So clearly, Larson and Hamlin were the early favorites. No surprise there. You did have some issues on pit road with some playoff drivers, like during pit stops on the competition caution. Christopher Bell had a stack up between Bell and Kurt Busch. Bell had damage to the right front of his race car. You see the damage there. And Kurt Busch had damage to the left rear of his car. Also, Joey Logano lost a ton of track position on that competition caution during that pit stop cycle, just to make sure that his lug nuts were all tight and he came back on pit road once more. But up front, it was still Denny Hamlin up until Kyle Larson took the lead with 45 laps to go after driving into the bottom of the track off into turn number 1 and 2. And he'll go on to win the stage. Busch second, Hamlin third, Blaney in fourth, Byron fifth, Elliott sixth, and then Reddick in seventh, Harvick eighth, DiBenedetto ninth, and Martin Truex Jr. rounds out the top 10. Now, when stage 2 began, it looked like it was going to be Hendrick domination part 2, like what we saw at the Coke 600 or at Dover, for example. You had William Byron, who, like I said, started at the rear due to failing inspection multiple times. He already stormed his way up towards the front very early before the end of stage number 1. That's why he was in the top 10. Well, when stage 2 began, he took the lead 3 wide entering 1. But then a very scary moment happened on lap number 13. Joey Gase, I don't know what happened, but he just completely loses a tire, careens into the outside wall so viciously hard. He gets up into the air. He did get out of his race car under his own power, but according to NASCAR, he was transported to a local hospital for future evaluation. At the time of this recording, though, we have no further update on his condition or what's happening with him, but hopefully he is okay because he took a tremendous hit. I was shocked by how hard he hit that wall, considering the fact that it's a mile and a half track and we're very limited on power. It's not like we're entering into Vegas or turn number 1 at 180, 190 miles an hour, So it was very shocking to see him, how hard he hit the wall and how much the car got up into the air. But then after that, like I said, Hendrick all over. 1, 2, 3, 4 was Hendrick Motorsports. Larson leading, Byron in second, Elliott third, and Bowman in fourth. And it always seems like that Hendrick Motorsports this season has always been Larson, Byron, Elliott, or Larson, Elliott, Byron, just those 3 there, and then Bowman. He's like those 3 and then Bowman. He always seems to be that outsider, and it showed. The top 3, they were all pretty together. They were pretty close together, and Bowman was kind of just strung out there. He was there, but he wasn't competitive. Pit stops takes place on lap 132. Now, Chase Elliott and William Byron, they pit on lap 132. Chase took 4. William Byron was also going to take 4 tires, but they decided to take 2 tires after their pit stop was taking way too long. So they just said, screw it, we'll take 2, get it back on the racetrack so he can try and stay on the lead lap. He didn't do that. In fact, neither Chase Elliott or Byron was able to get back on the lead lap. Later on into the stage 2, you had more drivers set themselves up for stage 3, like Kyle Larson, Ryan Blaney, and Alex Bowman. But it was weird, their strategy, because they stayed out so long. After pit stops, Larson, Bowman, Byron, all of them were 1 lap down. Chase Elliott was able to pass the leader at that time, Denny Hamlin, very late into the stage to unlap himself. William Byron, although he was not able to unlap himself, he was able to pass Ross Chastain to move into the free pass position. But Larson and Bowman, they were still 1 lap down and had to take the wave around after the end of stage 2, which, by the way, Denny Hamlin did go on to win that. His teammate Kyle Busch in 2nd. Tyler Reddick was starting to come on strong, finish in 3rd. Truex 4th, Logano 5th, Keselowski 6th, Kurt Busch 7th, Harvick 8th, Dylan 9th, and Bubba Wallace rounds out the top 10. In stage 3, it began with Hamlin and Truex 1 and 2. Meanwhile, the Hendrick drivers of Chase Elliott, Larson, Bowman, and Byron, and those guys, Chase started 7th, which was, considering the fact that he unlapped himself, it would make sense for him to be up front. But with the other 3 drivers, Bowman, Larson, and Byron, they would all restart 18th, 19th, and 20th. It was a very weird strategy because Hendrick went from what I thought was going to be Dover Part 2, where they would just be up front the entire race, to now can Larson, Byron, and Bowman make their way up towards the front, because now they're going to be in a package. It's not like Dover, where they were under the 750 horsepower package, low downforce. You're now under high downforce, which means there's a lot of dirty air. You're going full throttle near the entire time. Very difficult to pass. And it really showed. While Byron was able to move his way up towards the field very quickly, Larson and Bowman struggled. They were stuck inside the top 15. They couldn't make their way up towards the front at all. They were stuck in that dirty air. Meanwhile, you had Tyler Reddick, who, like I said, finished 3rd in stage 2, was flexing some muscle between the 2 JGR drivers. He was sandwiched in the middle between Hamlin and Truex, running in 2nd place. Then we flash forward to 53 laps ago, where the final round of green flag pit stops would take place. Everything was all pretty civil, except for Alex Bowman, who reported a loose wheel and have to come pit again. Also, William Byron, he had to give up his 5th place position on lap 225 after he reported having a flat tire. There were also some other instances, like I believe Joe Logano reported he might, the lug nuts, not all of them might have been tight on one of the tires on this car. They had no issues with it, like the tire didn't come off or anything like that, but there might be some penalties on Wednesday depending on how many lug nuts were not tightened on that 22 car. And I think also Kyle Busch said he ran over some debris or he hit the wall due to a Rick Ware driver. If that makes sense, 2019 rings a bell. But other than that, that was it. Hamlin was the leader at that time. He got out to a huge lead. Chase Elliott was, chipping him off. He was closing in on him. He ended up finishing 2nd, about 0.5 of a second, nearly half a second behind Hamlin. But, I knew, without a doubt, I knew Hamlin was going to win. I knew that Chase was fast, but not that fast, not Larson fast. And Hamlin will go on to win for the 2nd time in 2021. His 2nd win in the playoffs. Remember, he won at Darlington 3 weeks ago. And remember, he won the opener to the round of 16, and he wins the opener to the round of 12, which means he is going to be the only driver that will have a good night's sleep the entire week, because next weekend we got Talladega, which, thank the gods, we have an exciting race next weekend, because after this race, I was zoning out. I really was. I'm not kidding. I was more invested on social media. I was watching Extreme Rules with WWE. I was more invested into that than this race. So, yeah, just please save us, next gen. Please, for the love of God, save us. I don't care if you add 550 or 650. Just for the love of God, just chop off that spoiler. Just give it 2 inches. Just 2 inches is enough. 2 inches is big enough. All right. Anyways, here's a look at your unofficial results. Denny Hamlin wins. Chase Elliott in 2nd. Kyle Busch and Truex Jr. 3rd and 4th. Ryan Blaney, a solid top 5 finish for him. 6th, Tyler Reddick. He had a top 10 car. For sure. There were some points, like I said earlier in the stages, where it looked like he might have potentially had a race-winning car, but sixth place finish, not too shabby. Really good run for the 8 team. Brad Keselowski, a quiet 7th place run. Kurt Busch in 8th. Kevin Harvick in 9th, and Kyle Larson was able to rebound to a 10th place finish. Obviously disappointment from what I thought he had a race-winning car. 11th, Joe Logano. 12th, Matt Benedetto. Austin Dillon 13th. Chase Briscoe 14th, and Daniel Suarez 15th. By the way, from 13th on back, they're all either one lap down or multiple laps down. Bubba Wallace, Ricky Stenhouse Jr., William Byron would finish 18th after having a pit for that flat tire. Eric Almirola 19th, and Ryan Newman rounds out the top 20. Then, McDowell 21st, Bowman 22nd, Chastain 23rd, Christopher Bell 24th. He was not able to recover after that damage with Kurt Busch earlier in the race in stage 1. 25th, Chris Buescher, 26th, Eric Jones, and then some other notables like Cole Custer, 29th. And yeah, those are the rest of your 38 driver field. Now, like I said, Denny Hamlin is the only driver that will sleep well this weekend. His name is colored in green. He is moving on to the round of 8. Kyle Larson plus 57, Kyle Busch plus 35, Truex plus 31, Blaney plus 24, Elliott plus 22, and then we get into the real danger zone. In fact, to be honest, really all these drivers, Larson, everyone that's not named Hamlin, could fall out of the top 8, but really, where Logano on downwards, they're in real trouble. Logano plus 6, his teammate Keselowski holds the final spot plus 4. William Byron, after having what I thought would be a solid top 5 run, is now minus 4 in 9th place. Kevin Harvick picked up 5 points to jump from minus 12 to now minus 7 in 10th place. Alex Bowman falls to 11th, minus 13, and Christopher Bell minus 25. The bad news is that with those 4 drivers is that they're in the red. The good news is that next weekend has Talladega, and Talladega, anything can happen. Which is also bad news because anything can happen. Regardless, I'm excited for Talladega. Get me the hell away from Vegas. I'm so done with that track because I just hate this package. All right, I think it's pretty well established. Anyways, I don't think you need to hear my thoughts on it. I think you already know my thoughts on this race. Yeah. Screw the 550 horsepower package. I'm done. Thank y'all so much for watching. Again, this is probably the shortest review I've done in a long time. What are your thoughts on the race? Did you hate it or did you despise it? Leave your thoughts in the comment section down below. But until next time, my name is Jett from MDK. Thank y'all so much for watching. Congratulations to Denny Hamlin, your winner at Las Vegas.